What's goody, Third Street gang? It's your boy Third Street Cam, back at it again. Actually, with another little commentary video. I really wanted to sit down and kind of give y'all my thoughts and my feelings on this game. And I actually wanted to maybe give y'all like a little, not really theory, but just kind of my spin on how I feel the reboot should have gone, in my opinion. Just because I feel like they definitely could have done a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the material that they already had. They didn't have to give us these characters. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that they destroyed the whole universe, bro. They really did the Thanos snap and just snapped the whole fucking universe away, bro. But before we even get into the story and everything, I kind of want to talk about the things that they did right in this game, because I feel like there's some good stuff here that they did right. They definitely did right. But I think there's some improvements that they could have done, in my opinion. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Santo Ileso itself and just the vibe of the city and everything like that. And I fuck with it. I fuck with Santo Ileso. It's actually a nice ass map. I like that, I can tell where I'm at, wherever I'm at in the city, just by how different the districts look and how different the city looks, and I can see different landmarks from wherever I'm at. I like that. That's fire as fuck, bro. That's so cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we were missing in Saints Row 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what we were really missing in Stillport. Was a sense of knowing where you're at. Not so many copy and paste buildings. All this neon and I don't know. I'm just a fiend for neon. I'm not gonna lie. I just fuck with neon signs, neon lights. So the downtown El Dorado district, casino area, is so fire. It's so fire. I love the way it looks at night. You can see how it just looks, hitting the floor and everything. It's amazing. But there's one key detail that needs to go into a map to make it feel alive, to make it feel like you're really in this city, And the one issue I have is the enterable buildings. We don't have, if any, very little enterable buildings, unless it's in a mission or something like that, Other than that, mainly you're not gonna be able to walk inside any of these very interesting looking buildings. And that's a key part, I just feel like we should be able to walk inside any buildings. Hell, Saints Row 2 had an underground mall, and that bitch was huge. You know what I'm saying? How I mean, I guess because they failed so hard with Agents of Mayhem. Damn, bro. Volition just, I guess, was broke as hell. They were like, nah, we can't do no underground mall. We can't do none of that shit. And it's so sad because that shit literally, that makes me want to have a Saints Row 2 remastered so bad, just because Stillwater was just literally the best city. It was literally I honestly feel Saints Row 2 is literally the best open world game. One of the best open world games we've ever seen, especially in the early 2000s. Saints Row 2 was really killing it, and for everybody who was calling it a GTA clone, this is my opinion on it. Before we get to the next one, I gotta say this, bro. People who call Saints Row a GTA clone, bro, you're literally the reason why this franchise went downhill, bro. Cause y'all were scared of this game, bro. Saints Row 2 had so much potential. Had they built on top of Saints Row 2 for Saints Row 3 instead of, causing that hoe to go downhill, bro, I'm telling you, Saints Row would have been on top. GTA would have been down and out. I'm telling you. Saints Row 2 If Saints Row 3 would have been even better than Saints Row 2, you know what I'm saying? Like map wise, had we got like Santo Aleso but even bigger, you know, as a map with interval buildings and shit like that, man, that would have been amazing. That would have been so fire. Like, and if we would have kept the humor in the original characters, bro, I'm telling you, Saints Row would have been on top. They would have been on top, man. But while we're still on the subject of, you know, the whole map and the setting and everything, another complaint that I kind of have is I really wish that the NPCs weren't as like clone looking. Like they, like, you just see so many like cloned NPCs wearing the same exact clothes, you know, walking in the same section. I just, you know, I don't know, when you're walking down the street, like I feel like there should be a multiple variety of NPCs, and there's not really a variety of NPCs. There's some cool ones, like some mariachi bands and stuff like that, but other than that, like there isn't really much diversity in the NPCs. They're all kind of just like the same people, just different colored hair or different colored dress, or, you know, different colored clothes, but they look basically all the same, which is kind of sad. You know, it just it gives the city more of the fake. It feels like a studio, you know, like it feels like this is like as if this is just a city for a movie to be taking place in, or something like that. You know, all these characters don't really matter. It's just like you know what I'm saying? Kind of feels like we're in the Truman Show. Alright, now I want to talk about the gangs, the Idols, Los Penteros, Marshall, and, you know, the Saints. Now, I can't help but feel like the gangs of Santo Aleso are very well, I would say, put together, or I would say designed. They're designed really nice, and I like the idea of the gangs. Like Los Penteros, I like their whole idea with the cars, you know, the muscly dudes, you know what I'm saying? And there be some muscly ass females too, fam. They be getting buff as fuck. You know, but I fuck with them. You know, they're more of a Hispanic southern gang, you know, and they like their cars and shit like that. They have some cool ass cars, you know. I just can't help but feel that I don't know anything about them though, other than that, like other than the cars, the muscle head sort of feel, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't know their motivations. I don't know how they got here in Santo Aleso. I don't know why they're here in Santo Aleso. I don't understand their motives and what they're going for. And that goes the same with the Idols as well, you know. They don't even have a leader. I know they have like a whole collective member. At least, you know, Los Penteros has like a leader. His name is Sergio. I don't even fucking know the guy though, to be honest with you. Like, bro popped up in like 2 missions and got murked. But, you know, like you know, it's tough, you know. And the Idols members, like, they don't really have like actual leaders. They have like 5 like people in little digital DJ helmets or whatever, the little Uzi helmets, you know what I'm saying? The little cat shit, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know, that's all like I really know about them. I know that they're like cool, like post anarchy. They're trying to like create some sort of like society outside of the normal society where money isn't a concept, you know. So that's cool, you know. I like the design and kind of the motives of the gangs, but I don't know like their motives for taking over Santo Aleso, you know. And I would like to get more into the detail and seeing how their gang falls apart whenever I'm fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have that. Same with Marshall. Marshall probably has like the best, you know, but that's a company. That's like Ultor or Stag from Saints Row the Third. You know what I'm saying? And they're all right. You know, I just feel like there could have been a lot more detail put into the gangs. We should have known. We should have known their motives, and seeing them deteriorate from the inside like we did in Saints Row 2. Seeing the gangs go back and forth fucking with each other. You know, we don't get any of that in this game at all, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of depressing, you know. And that's just how I feel about the gangs. For the Saints, I feel like the Saints are weak as fuck. We are lame as hell. Young as bro. We're too young, bro. We're too young. We're getting into something that, like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's even believable at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like they're I don't know. They don't take the world seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, I gotta pay off my student loans, but then you pay off your student loans after, like, the first mission, and after that, it's like, they don't even, like, say, like, hey, like, yeah, we're taking over the city now, you know? Like, I don't know. It's really an on and off kind of thing. I love the way the game looks. I love the way the game feels, you know? The driving, it's pretty decent. It's pretty fun, you know? The world itself is nice, and I can get into it if I really try to imagine it, you know what I'm saying? Because the game doesn't really pull off the theme as well as I think it thinks it does. Because this was supposed to be a gangster game, but I feel like a gangster without identity or some shit, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, we're not badass like we were in Saints Row 2. We're not fearsome. We're painted as, like, oh, the good guys, you know? Like, we're fighting against our student loans and these other people, you know, so we can, I guess, take over the city or something like that. I don't know. You know, it's kind of disappointing, you know, and for the people who got into this game and enjoy this game and enjoy the story, if you can sit down and enjoy the story, good for you. But for me, an OG Saints Row fan, you know what I'm saying? Saints Row 2 is my shit, and I can't look past it. I can't look past Saints Row 2. This is not a Saints Row story. The emotional depth and detail is not there for the story at all. And I'm just gonna, you know, like, you know, it is what it is, bro. Like, it is what it is. They decided to fuck up the story. That was on them. I mean, I should have known from after Saints Row 4 we weren't gonna get another Saints Row 2 type game with that detail. And that just makes me, like, it makes me kind of sad, you know, because I have so much love for the Saints Row series, you know. It's literally the reason why, like, my favorite color is purple. You know, and it was really one of the first games to get me kind of captivated in the whole gangster-esque kind of, you know, crime simulator games, you know, open world games it took itself seriously, but it was funny, you know what I'm saying? It got funny where it needed to be funny, but it got dark where it needed to get dark. And this game, it's like all lighthearted, ooh, you know. It tries to play with your emotions a little bit, but you can't. I don't have any connection towards the characters. Like, I couldn't give a fuck about the characters, bro. I was hyping them up in my last video, but them motherfuckers are ass. Nina's probably the coolest one. Nina and Nawali probably have the best fleshed out details. Nina, you know, she's cool with the graffiti and the art and shit, you know, and then she's into cars. She could be fixing her shit, you know what I'm saying? She's a driver. Like, she's hard as fuck, bro. But then you got Eli, who's about business, right? You would think, oh, maybe he would help us take down Marshall because, you know, he's supposed to be skilled in businesses. So we would be taking down Marshall as a company, and because he has, you know, that intelligence, he should know how to bring them down from the inside. And that's where I think we should have saw Eli. Instead, they were like, actually, he's gonna be in LARPing. You're gonna go around in cardboard boxes for Eli and play LARPing. Like, bro, I just wanted kind of a gritty story, you know. Like, it didn't even have to be like as gritty as Saints Row 2. Like, if you would have just given us like kind of a serious but like down to earth with humor kind of story, you know what I'm saying, or just like a dark twist. Like if we could just had like a dark twist where like we're just these college kids, like, you know, living our lives, you know, whatever, and then we start realizing like, yo, what the fuck, bro, like we're not making money, we need to start making money, and we start getting into the crime and getting into getting the money and shit like that, you know, when shit turns dark, bro, you know, we get involved in the Pantheros, or, you know, just one of the gangs, and one of us ends up getting taken out, or, you know, some crazy, like, horrific shit, like in Saints Row 2, man. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't get none of that. And to be honest, like, it's just kind of depressing. Like, I ain't even like really into the game. I kind of already, like, you know, watched reviews on it just to see what I was getting myself into, to see if I really wanted to dedicate myself to this game. And I mean, I bought it day one, but I mean, like, I don't give a fuck. I just was, the marketing got me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted to play another Saints Row game, but I realized that the inner child in me that wants a new, like, gang simulator like Saints Row, you know, back in the day, we're not getting that shit back. At least not from Volition. Maybe if one of these other, you know, indie devs or something, or maybe there's a studio out there that'll listen to us poor Saints Row fans that just want a gangster serious game that has funny moments in it, you know, that actually has funny moments in it. It doesn't have us worrying about fucking our carbony missions and our student loans. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. We just need some shit, man. We need some help out here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna continue playing Saints Row. I do have part 5 recorded, so I will release part 5. I kind of fuck with it, you know, but I think that'll be my last video on the Saints Row series, because I know damn well I'm not spending no $30 on an expansion for this game, bro. I already spent 60, and y'all, the only thing worth anything in this game, bro, is the car customization, and maybe some of the clothes customization, and like the weapon customization. Oh, and the character creator, which is pretty fire. I like how you can make, like, you know, different people or whatever. But honestly, I don't want to play Saints Row. Not unless we get a Saints Row 2 remastered, cause I just you know, we can only pray. We can only pray for a Saints Row 2 remastered. But I can't fall in love with this game like I did the old Saints Rows, and it's Saints Row, but it's not Saints Row. Not Saints Row at all. But honestly, I think I'm gonna move over to maybe playing the Division 2 on this channel, and I think I want to play Dead Island 2 whenever it comes out as well. But without further ado, if you stuck this long in the video, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great ass day. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on like any other game except Saints Row. Well, except for, if, you know, depending on when I post part 5. But you know, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Y'all have a great ass day, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.